Hey Leo, I'm Lucy Ravenstone and welcome to my channel. Happy Lunar New Year. That's right guys, this is the Lunar New Year. And that means that if like me, January wasn't completely successful, we get to start afresh now. This is the Lunar New Year, so starting the 2nd of February. So that should be tomorrow if you're watching on the 1st when this is uploaded. Yeah, you're coming into it tomorrow. This is the energy we're coming into, and this is where we're going to kickstart our year. I kind of feel like so far for 2022, this is a year of balance. So it started off by kind of being rocky. To me, this started the transition of this year being like, okay, this is what we need to work with, so I'm going to shove it in your face. I really feel like that happened around my energy, and I feel like it's the energy in the air right now. We have Mercury in retrograde currently as I'm recording this. So hopefully I'm not going to have any mishaps with technology. And basically, Mercury in retrograde is kind of like your best friend who tells you as it is. So we're coming out of this energy now during this video. So please pay attention, really. I feel like I need to say pay attention to the energy that you've been experiencing over the last 2 to 3 weeks. And let's see what's in store for you for February. I'm going to jump right in. I'm doing a Celtic cross for you. I will be laying it out differently because I don't have the space on my board, but reading it in a Celtic cross manner. So, Leo, what's in store for February 2022? Interesting start. Definitely transitions in the air for you guys. Interesting. Your cards are really kind of saying, pick me, which is kind of a really good way for a reading in many ways. It feels like the structure though, which is good. It's kind of like, to me, when there's structure in a reading, okay, now you've got jumpers. Jumpers is like, you need to know this. For me, like when they jump out, it's kind of like this person needs guidance. So Leo, definitely in this position, which we will get to when it comes through. Pay attention. I will remind you when it comes to that point. Okay, this one. Just check 3, 6, 9, 10. Okay. So let's see what's in store. So straight up with your energy, this is you. This is kind of the energy you are at the moment. Kind of, I feel like this is like the traits of that you are kind of taking on this given time. And it's a really good one. Like I said, when I first started dealing transitions for you, it is the Chariot. And to me, this is transitions. This is options. This is you kind of in a position of opening up to a journey. This is you, Leo, taking control in a way to me. I will show you the card. It's upright. This is really positive energy for you to be in, actually. I'll show you the card that we have for our Chariot. So I'm using, I actually can't remember the name of the deck, I'll put it below, but this is a new deck for me that I got for myself over Christmas, and it actually gives me really great vibes. The imagery is great, and I'll show it with you. So for this Chariot, to me, this energy that you're in, I really feel like, actually I'm getting now coming through, like a vulnerable start, like you are feeling something needs to change, but you're kind of wary of where you're at. Now this Chariot means that there are directions. I feel like there's 2 ways you can go, and they're kind of, I get this sense of leading you forward actually, and I feel like you could be pulled in several different ways right now, and I feel like there's a reason for this kind of energy. This is kind of opening your eyes up to kind of options actually. I feel like you can see a little bit more clearly. That's what's coming through for me for you, Leo. Intuition, trust in your intuition. This is going to guide you. I feel like you know what is in your best interest. So this is trusting in you moving forward. You're leaving behind something here as well. I definitely feel this sense of like you are ready for change and you are ready to take control. I do feel like here I'm really kind of, she's holding on to the chains here of her leopards. And to me, this is, I feel like you're clinging on to something, like this is an idea and this is what you are going to make. So I kind of feel like this is a great thing for Lunar New Year. So I feel like you have a goal in sight and you're clinging on to that. And that's the energy we're in right now for you. So I hope all that makes sense for you, Leo, because it actually feels like a really great card actually to start with. The Chariot is a really good card. It says that there's guidance around you, that you have people to lean on for support. You have a knowledge of wisdom that's kind of like, it comes in your past as well with the Chariot. It's behind you and you can move forward confidently because you have that level of knowledge and wisdom that you're bringing with you. Okay, next is a Five of Swords reversed. So this is kind of your challenge for February, your challenge moving forward. Instantly, I feel like letting go is a need. I feel like you might be struggling for letting go of something. This could be, again, as well with the clinging, holding on to something. I feel like there's something you need to let go now. And this is the perfect time to do that and to work on that. And I feel like, again, this comes with the vulnerable for you, Leo. So to me, this feels like that you are, it feels like for me, the letting go and leaving behind can be conflict. It can be something that has caused you drama and problems. I feel like for me, this is stemming from last year. This feels like holding on to a situation that you have dealt with over the last year. And like, I get this sense of knowing that you need to let go and knowing that you need to move forward, but I also get this vulnerable sense, and this is the vulnerable that keeps popping up for me, for you, Leo, is I feel like you're holding on to it because you're worried about letting go of it and what that means. So this is your challenge for you to overcome. And using this month, to me, I'm going to pull cards. Actually, I will do that now as I'm going so I don't kind of lose this trail of thought. For support for you with my Archangel deck. But yeah, I feel like this is something that you, again, intuitively know. This is a good thing. Like Five of cards, of any cards, it indicates change. And I feel like that's where you are. It's like you're in this now, but you're in this vulnerable space. It's a favourable outcome, and this was reversed, so again, pay attention that by letting go and by moving forward, this is only going to mean positive things for you moving forward. So that's a great card to have in that position. I will pull, I don't need to pull, this one wants to come. And honour and trust your feelings, so trust in your intuition. Definitely getting that vibe. I feel like you know what needs to be done, you know what needs to be let go. But again, your challenge is overcoming that and allowing yourself to let go, and actively putting it behind you seems to be the feel here as well. So number 3, you have 3 of Pentacles. Let's see what this means for you. So this is really good. To me, so this is like kind of your consciousness, this position. This is what you're aware of or is coming into your awareness. Actually feels a bit more for you, Leo, in this layout for you. And I get the sense of like, you have this successful energy around you. You have this kind of goal in sight, and I'm getting like a clear vision of being like, you have something in sight and you know you can do it. And it kind of is a building up away from that vulnerability, because it feels vulnerable. It feels like kind of scary because of how confident and positive you're feeling. I feel like there's this I want to say, like, you have your goals in your hand and you know that you can achieve it, and you know that, you know, you've got all your eggs in a basket, like, as in it's all there, you can grasp it. But then I get this sense of and I want to keep, I get this urge to sort of say it is like a hesitation of a vulnerability. Don't let that kind of get in the way here. And that comes in with the challenge of letting go. I feel like there's a nervousness, a vulnerability that is perhaps just not in the way, but could be shadowing the kind of okay, I'm going to try and find a way of saying this. So, for example, when we make New Year's resolutions, we have these goals. So I'm going to eat better, I'm going to work out at least 3 times a week, I'm going to do this. Now, they're the good positive goals, and we know we can achieve that, and we have good intentions. But then you have this vulnerability of, oh, but hang on, I've got work every day of the week, and then I have to go out to dinner with this friend or family, and they kind of, the vulnerabilities that we kind of then put a negative upon that vision. I kind of get that sense with this for you. The card itself in this position is great. This is your consciousness. You know you can do it. You got those goals in sight. I just feel like I want you to be aware of that. I'm going to pick this card up for you. Make a commitment. So choose what you're going to do, make a commitment and go with it. Leo, I really, really feel this energy of like you can do anything right now. So that's very positive for you. Okay, so let's see. Yes, so we have a 5 again. 5s are great. That means change, it means transitions. However, with this card, as soon as I come to it, it is 5 of Cups. For me, I feel like this is subconsciously is kind of, I get this sense of sadness and sorrow, of grieving. Now, this is your subconscious card. This is the root of things. So this can be potentially something to work on, and where you can work and shape around those New Year's resolutions. I'm really focusing on New Year's resolutions for February as well as January. I really feel like this is something that we should be doing, because I feel like for 2022 it's a year of balance. It's a really divinely balancing thing. So we're gonna have hiccups, we're gonna have really internal things coming to the surface. Like I said, with Mercury in retrograde, it brings things to the surface for us to work on. So for you, Leo, I'm really getting the sense of things that are bubbling and wanting to come to the surface is this grief. I do get the sense of you holding back, and this is the same with that holding on to something. It's a holding something back, and this could be hindering your progress or just putting that shadow of doubt. Definitely feels like a shadow here as well, seems to be reoccurring in my thought process, just popping in. So paying attention of a shadow. See, a shadow kind of, it doesn't escape the light. So the light's there, the intentions are there, but it kind of casts a darkness on it that makes us not see clearly, not process things clearly, like when the light is focused and shined on it. So I kind of want you to work towards gaining clarity in what you want. And this is like being proactive in acknowledging the shadow and doing that shadow work, and in what makes you feel vulnerable and what brings you down and how you can shape and change that. Okay. So in your past position, this is Knight of Cups. So for me, this is, I really feel like what's tugging at me here is that you've been on a journey in this last few years and it's been emotional. I feel like there's been times where you have like been in a really vulnerable and emotional state. Like I feel like here, what I'm drawn to is, so the cup, it's looking at it point blank, it's like, you know, she looks like she's on a journey. It's really kind of peaceful, but I'm really drawn towards the waters. It feels really emotional to me. This feels like there's been, like, I want to say that there's been opportunities where you felt on top of the world and you felt like this was yours to hold. This was a time that you're hanging on to, actually. And then a situation happened that perhaps took that away or changed and shifted a perspective. That's kind of what's coming through for me for this. And I feel like you're holding on to that. That's what your aspirations are leaning towards. Now, this isn't a past position, and I really feel like this is partially of what's letting go, and how they are sitting together on how I have them as well are right next to each other, and that's kind of leaning me towards this being an inkling, and I've just put them in the wrong places, of being a little thing to keep in your mind. Things that happen in the past need to stay in the past. They are things to learn on and grow on. Now, it is great that if there's something like a good memory we hold on to, it's good to look back and reflect on. However, we shouldn't be holding on to it to try and get it back. Things are in the past for a reason, and ahead of us is always better things, as hard as that is to see. I feel like that's something that needs to be said. Again, wary of emotions as well is coming for that. I feel like you were on top with your emotions and now you're not as well. I don't know what that means 100% for you at the moment, but it's just something to be aware of. Okay, your future self. So in future, you are going to gain that clarity. We have a King of Cups. Now I feel like he is one with himself. He knows where he's at. He knows what he wants. He can process emotions and allow them to flow freely. He can react in a way that is not a reaction, it's processing things and speaking your truth. That's kind of what flows through me here for you. And this is a place you're going to get with. You're going to get that compassion back. You're going to feel hope again. You are going to be able to let go of things and remember fondly. To me, with this Knight of Cups, I feel like there's that negative stigma of you having lost something and you're trying to grasp it back. And then you're moving forward. This is like being able to see things, like look back on things with kind of a smile, rather than looking back on it and it creating sadness. For example, sometimes we get in relationships and it's really great, but something happens and that relationship fades away, and then we look back and we think, oh no, I messed up and I lost that opportunity, and you kind of grieve that process, and it's never, that relationship has this darkness on it because it's a good time but you lost it. Then we have the King of Cups. Now he looks upon that relationships and he sees the blessings, and it makes him smile of that opportunity that he went through that helped him have growth and helped him understand who he was and what he wants in life. But he's not looking back with sadness anymore. Now this is the vibe that I feel for you. Now this might not apply to you in the exact same scenario, but the same feels are there for you, Leo. It's that being able to look back on a situation that gives you grief, but with fondness and happiness. So I hope that makes sense for you, Leo. Okay, attitudes. This is where you're at. I feel like, okay, you feel imbalance. Now we have temperance here. Temperance is, to me, it's balance, it's flow, it's creating that a balance with ourselves. So I feel like your attitude is kind of imbalanced at the moment. So this is something to work on. This is the attitude you're going in with. I'm just going to pull this top card for you. Again, yes, definitely. What you need to be doing, the guidance here is write about your thoughts and feelings. So this is admitting things. This is getting what's inside out. Sometimes we don't see clearly how we're feeling, and it creates this imbalance within us. And that's the feel here with it. I feel like there's an imbalance in your thought process. In how, again, with that sense, if I use the same analogy that I've been using, so when we are looking back and we are allowing sorrow, there's this imbalance. This is a happy time, but it creates sadness. There's an imbalance here, and we haven't really processed those feelings around it to make it healthy for us. And I feel like that here is that same energy is what needs to be done, where the work needs to lie. So keep that in mind. It's definitely a healing time. Healing your emotions really stands out for me, Leo. I feel like this should be your goal right now, is to work on yourself and creating a balance for your energy and your emotional. So start doing things that are going to help bring a positive light to your energy. So the next one is what's going on around us right now. And I mean, 3 cards came out for you, Leo. These jumped out. So this to me was like, this is what you need to be aware of. This is the guidance that just had to pop out for you. Let's have a look. We have Swords and we have Cups. So getting a lot of emotional vibes coming through here for you as well, throughout your reading. You have a lot of Cups. To me, it really is stemming emotionally is what's flowing through me for you. So let's have a look. See what's in store for you. I'll hold them, it's a bit easier to see them in that order. So there's a lot of feeling of being trapped. This is the vulnerability. This is the 8 of Swords. This is the vulnerability I'm feeling for you. I feel like this vulnerability is creating, and if you look at the card, she is blind. She is not seeing things clearly of what's around her, because she has the 8 swords around her and she's blindfolded. So she's feeling trapped. She knows that there's swords around her and she doesn't know where they are. That, to me, it's like you're feeling trapped by your circumstances, by your environment, and it's creating this vulnerability for you. This is the vulnerable vibe I've been feeling. Anxiety, frustration, just unable to move. That's kind of like really fitting with the whole of this reading of that something that's just hindering that positivity, that thing that we want to get. And I keep mentioning positivity for you. Now, I don't believe in being 100% positive about everything. That is not healthy. that is not, allowing the flow and the balance. But to me, this is something that you need to inject into certain sorrows, certain negative things for you at that time. And I'm hoping this makes sense in regards to your situation, Leo, because it really, I'm keep getting, is to turn that negative into a positive, to see that happiness instead of the sadness. That just really just keeps reminding me for you, Leo, to keep pushing that forward. Next, we have Knight of Swords. This came for you before. This, to me, represents pride. Just have a drink. This represents pride for me. I feel like this could be kind of an actual blockage rather than a positive. Now, Leos are known for being prideful, and to me that's part of the attraction of a Leo, is that they are prideful in all they do, and they take pride in their family, they take pride in their friends. But pride can also be the opposite as well, being too prideful. I feel like this could be a stubbornness for you. This represents a stubbornness, and that could be the stubbornness to not want to let go, to not want to move past it, to not want to see, not want to, but you just not seeing it. I feel like a stubbornness could be what's in the way here. And again, it comes down to circumstance for me as well, like your situation, your circumstance around you. I feel like it's kind of creating this, and actually this could be something for you to acknowledge, and how and where to start with making the changes actually. Again, this position is your environment, your surroundings. It could be the people you're surrounding with, it could be your workplace, it could be your personal place. This is individual to you, Leo, and where that would be. You need a shift. You need a change. We have 8 of Cups here. Now, this to me is you wanting the change and you wanting to be able to flow naturally. It really kind of does feel like you want to be more in control of your emotions. I feel like with 2021, it was like all over the place for all of us. And I really feel that with you, Leo, is that that's your vulnerability. And this to me feels like being in control of that, and being able to flow easier and see your emotions more clearly, being able to express your emotions more clearly. And that's kind of the shift and change that I feel like you need to make, in your surroundings. Maybe the people you're surrounded with. Keep that in mind. And I feel like there's one person who can actually either help you apply this to your situation. There's a person that can help and be supportive, or there's a person who will be like a star that either is a good influence, or who you are kind of shining towards. Because I really get this shining star coming through in the imagery. Okay. Next, this is your hopes and fears. Okay, so I kind of feel like you're looking for love. You're looking for love around you. So this can be family. This can be love and nurture, like you're wanting to be surrounded by more love. I feel like this is a drive for 2022, is either reconnecting or being able to expand the love that's surrounding you. But I also feel like the fear is about being vulnerable and open with others. I get this sense of, you want to be open and you want others to open up around you. I feel like there's hopes and fears. This is a balance thing, because I feel like there's this great hope that this is what you want to achieve this year. You want to attract love. You want to either help build up the love that you already have. So if you're in a relationship, I feel like a great goal that you are holding on to for yourself is to be able to build on that and kind of, I kind of get like make commitments. I'm kind of stumbling because I have a few things coming through here. I feel like this is a major year and a major theme for you for this year. So I really look forward to doing future readings for you, Leo, because actually I can sort of see things unraveling for you now. And I feel like your aspirations are around connections, around being able to feel and flow emotionally through love, and being it with family, being it with friends, and being it with loved ones. I feel like this is a goal. So those of you in relationships, as I was saying, I feel like it's about taking that next level or rekindling a fire, or reigniting a fire actually. And then those of you looking for love, I feel like this is a time where you're like, I'm ready. I'm looking for love. I'm ready to be open to it. Even family and parents and things, I feel like there's kind of wounds wanting to be, you wanting to mend them, to just build up. Like I'm really getting this loving energy of just being like, no, this is the year I'm gonna get that back. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna feel it. Like it's just so much energy here with this card for you, Leo. Like that's actually really overwhelming me with all this really cool vibes of just hopes and dreams and actually like drive to make that happen. Focus upon divine and perfect help. So what's going to help you to do that and so erase those fears? What's going to help support that is to make sure you're healing yourself. Now the best way of being able to attract love, so again if you're looking for a relationship or you're hoping to rebuild and connections and everything, it's by working on yourself. Self-love is like the major thing on attracting love to you. If you are in a place of appreciating yourself, of appreciating the love that you have to give and embodying all of that, you kind of act like a magnet to love. That it's the law of attraction. And so the guidance here and the support here is to be that, to do that. So work on yourself and work on your self-love. Allow yourself to feel kind of pampered within yourself and within your lifestyle. Self-respect. So again, it's respecting yourself, it's putting that energy into yourself and will help to heal the wounds around this and help again to attract that to you. That actually feels really good and really warm as well for you, Leo. So your outcome, we have High Priestess. Now she is on top of the world. She has abundance all around her. As you can see, there's fertility, there's nurturing, there's all these vibes. She is the manifester of her dreams. She gets everything she wants because she knows that the universe provides. And that's the vibe that is your outcome, is whatever it is that you wish to achieve, you're going to achieve it. And providing, you take the guidance now and work on what you need to work on, this is your outcome. She's intuitive, she's full of wisdom, she listens to herself, and, the world is her oyster. She has all she needs. Yeah, it's fully positive vibes for you. I was just tuning in there to see if there was anything further for you. But yeah, Leo, this is a great time for you to open up and allow yourself to let go of things. Thank you very much, Leo, for being here. I'm really loving this for you. I hope this makes sense to you. I really felt like I was channeling so much for you, Leo. This is just amazing. So thank you very much for being here. Please like and subscribe my channel, and I'll see you again next month.